Hello everyone. Hope that everyone is having a good night. Go live for a little while. I'm going to show you one of the things I just found. This is a binary note. And it's in pretty good shape in terms of crispiness and stuff. But 5 nines in a row and then 3 zeros. Now this I found a few weeks ago. 2s and 9s. These could probably sell for $30 or $40 on eBay, give or take. In the single one, it's hard to say. Probably at least 20 is what I'd probably want. Pretty good finds for finding them in your change. All right. Let's go over something else real quick. Got this one the other day. 1853 Arrows and Rays. The date's pretty well gone on this. See part of it. It's pretty worn. But it's a 1-year design, and those arrays around the eagle. I like that a lot as the design goes. Now, just so happens another coin dealer I go to had this one, which to date is really good. The arrows, you can clearly read it. They didn't put with rays though, but it is with rays. And it is a 1-year design. There's an Orleans mint in Philadelphia and Orleans and Philadelphia half dollars. I have a Philadelphia half dollar. I do not have the Orleans half dollar. I have at least one Orleans quarter though. So I have my tube of silver dollars. What I'm going to do is stick this in it. Hello, noodles. So we're going to go ahead and stick it in there. Now this, a lot of these have holes in them and stuff for other damage. Like this one, kind of a good size hole. And quite a gouge there. It allowed me to get almost every single one of these under melt, which you can see a lot of them have holes in them. A lot of them, maybe most of them in this, have holes. Now this one just has unsightly dirt. Why, yes, Jas, it's a coin channel. I talk about coins. Ooh, that's a big hole there. This one doesn't have a hole, but it has some rim damage. The other thing are slick ones. Like that one's really slick. So we go ahead and start putting all these back in. And I'm going to pull up a real quick thing for you and count them. By the way, these are all heavily worn or damaged, so handling them is not going to make a difference. They've considerable wear on some of these. You can kind of tell when you look at the edge, like that one. Look how thin it looks compared to that one. That's because this one is like a slick, real bad. So there's 5, 10, 15, 18, and this makes 19. So it's one short of 20. Although the tube will hold a few more. Yeah. The old ancient coins, depending on their condition, the Roman ones, that they're silver, or even if they're not, they can sometimes be worth a lot. Now, I do have a coin dealer who has a bunch of the copper ones, and he sells them for $6 a piece. But there's 19 US dollars in this, and it's got room for at least 2, maybe 3 more in it. All right. Now, I did get a few more things this past week other than these two. And like I said, this with the rays on the back, it's my absolute favorite of the Seated Liberty coins. I like it with the rays. I'd like to get one in a lot better condition than these are, but it's only a few dollars over melt, and this one was a couple dollars less than that one when I bought it. Now, did go my jeweler coin dealer. Yeah, mint condition ones. Yeah, you're gonna pay a lot for that. All right, 4 Mercury dimes. Nothing super special. These are all from the teens, and they're all heavily worn. There is a 1916 one, which is the first year. If there was a mint mark on it, it's pretty well gone. But it's 8.9 grams of US silver, which at the time I bought it, 90% silver is about $1.12 per gram. So that's worth about $10. 4 dimes at melt. Now, paraphrase something that Indiana Jones said. He said, when you're looking for treasures, you have to do a lot of reading and studying in books and stuff in libraries. He said, it never does X mark the spot. Well, for this little treasure coin, X does mark the spot. It's 1906 Denver. That it's kind of a shame it has that scratched X on it, because this is probably good for, hello John Jacobs, maybe good 6. It'd probably be about a $25, $30 coin if it was undamaged, especially if it was graded. Now, again, your staples. This one's already damaged, so it's not like I'm going to save it from any trouble, but once it goes in a coin box, this would definitely save other coins from damage. Like if I have another 1906 Philly or San Francisco Barber half right next to it. Yes, if you like my video, please give it a like. If you like my videos and want to see more of them, subscribe to my channel. It'd be much appreciated. Now, one of the last things I got from him, the jewelry guy, he has been finding all these damaged silver pieces for me. I haven't seen very many of these with a hole drilled in them. It's a 1 troy ounce, 3/9 fine silver piece, made in America. It says Liberty on it. It's probably Liberty Mint. It's one of them ones they made in the 70s where people would have etchings done on the back. I believe most of these were made in the 70s. There are a lot of Christmas themed ones and other stuff, but you would etch something in this, like say it was a birthday gift for a person, might put their name on it, something like that. But the eagle's pretty cool on this. It weighs 19.7 pennyweight, which is because the hole, it takes it off. It should be 20, but with that size hole, it's lost a little weight. Now, for the one person that said they like the hand poured, this is Scottsdale Mint, 100 grams, which is about 3, not quite a quarter ounces, or not ounce, yeah, ounces. Sorry. This other one's just a pressed silver bar. I'm not sure who makes this one. It's got a prospector on the back. It might be Silvertown, but it's 5 ounces. My coin dealer has a 10-ounce one I'd like to buy, but I don't have the cash on hand when I went in. I mean, $375 for a 10-ounce silver bar, though, is at current prices is not bad. All right. Now, the other coin dealer I go to. Oh, Silvertown. Thanks. This is Silvertown. I thought it was, but I wasn't 100% sure. It's got the little prospector on the back. It's a hefty little piece. Very similar in size to a Zippo lighter. Just a little taller, a little bit thinner, but about the same width. By the way, these used to be very common when I was a kid. Everybody had them. Now, not so much. They do make pretty distinctive sound when you close them and open them. Now, I did go by my other coin dealer, and he had this. If Addicted to Minis watches this, that's a ship. Public Library at $20. He had this marked for $1, and I told him this is a 3/9 fine piece, 20 grams. So he's like, oh, that should be a lot more than what I had. So he repriced it, and then since I was honest and told him what it was, he tested on his Sigma. He gave me a price for it that was a lot less than what I've saved him money several times by knowing certain coins and stuff. He had a bag of dimes once, had a tag in it that said 50 dimes. I'm looking at it and thinking that looks like a lot more than 50 dimes to me. I pointed it out to him, and they were higher grade Mercury dimes too, like extra fine, and some of them were probably maybe even AU. There's probably 80 or 85 in it, so I saved him money there. You can't know everything, and sometimes when you're in the hustle and bustle of moving stuff around, you forget what you have and put a price on something that ain't right. But if it ain't right and he has it on the thing and you find it and buy it, he'll let you have it for the price he had marked if you want it. Sometimes I don't want what is mispriced, but other times you have a coin that, like this one, doesn't have a price wrote on it. I'll say, you don't have a price on this, and then he'll price it. But I do like this particular coin quite a bit because it's a 6-pence, 1918. It's not worn hardly at all, a little. I'm not sure what it would grade. If it was graded, it does have some good scratches on this side. I'd say it's and some ring damage, so it wouldn't be worth grading, and it's not a valuable enough coin to grade in the first place, seeing as how I got it for $3.50. Now, let's talk about something else. I have a bunch of dimes, and I'm considering selling some. And here's what I'm going to show you. That's kind of how you decide if you're going to sell something. So I'm going to pull out all the way up to 1919 on things. We'll set them right here. That's one box. Now I have a second box with dimes in it too. And what I want to look for, if I'm going to sell some of these, this is what you would probably do yourself. You go through your dimes and see how many duplicates you have and what kind of condition they're in. So there we go. There's a second stack of them from a different box. Now these start with Barbers. 1892, which 93. Then this one over here is 1897. So I'm going to reorder that. This one is probably been polished. It's kind of a shame though. It's got decent details left on it. So it's 1899. This one's 1900. 1900 San Francisco. 1901. This one over here, 1903 Orleans. Two 1904s. So what I would probably do in that case, because all these are not duplicated at all before it, is I would take and look at them. That one's got nice toning on it, 350. I couldn't sell it for much more than that today. This one's a prime candidate, 1904. Is worn. We could probably get more than $1.70. So this is a coin I could take and sell. We'll put them together like this, the worst one in front of the better one, and keep going. Now, next coin on the list is 1905 San Francisco. That's 1900S. There's two of them. 1908S. That one's 250. That one's 3. This one's worn more. I don't think I want to sell either one of them though. I can't get much more than 3 out of this. That one I might not be able to get the 250 out of it if I sell it to a certain person. It's not the Barbers I'm really thinking about selling anyway. This one says fine on the card. See part of Liberty on it. So it's actually a pretty nice dime. I wouldn't want to sell it. So it goes after the 1905 San Francisco. But you reorder all this stuff. Two 1908 S's, 1910 Denver. Here's the 1912 Philadelphia, 1912 Denver, and 1912 San Francisco. Usually people put them in Philadelphia first, then the Denver one, then San Francisco when they're sorting. So that's probably the first year I have an actual one from each mint. Denver, Philly, and San Francisco. There's no Orleans mint by then. So pull that away. Like I said, I'm probably not going to sell any of these Barbers. That's not what I'm looking to do. All right. 1913 Philadelphia. Says fine. Okay, we can read Liberty. At least part of it. How much can you really see? Actually, it looks like you can read all of Liberty. It's likely been cleaned or polished a little, maybe. But for details, that's a pretty nice one. It's clearly better than this 1913 is. Cost more, too. All right, this is 1914 Denver and a really big card mount, which I need another staple on this side right here to hold hold it in place. Really needs to be in a smaller holder like this one is. That doesn't have a price on it, so they're both the same year, same mint mark, 1914 Denvers. All right, put that in the box. All right, 1916. See, here's where I have a few options. There's three 1916s, Barbers, and two San Francisco Barbers. 225. If I sold that, I might be able to get that for it. Unless I sold it to somebody who was a collector, and then that'd be different. I'm not really planning on selling these. Very good tin, someone put. Doesn't look too bad, really. Though I think this one's toned, but it might rival it. So I have, we'll put them by price, and then we have two 1916 San Franciscos. Now we get to the Mercury dimes, where I might have a chance to sell some of these if I want to. It's not looking like I'm probably going to be able to sell these to my coin dealer if I wanted to. Not these ones. Certainly not the San Francisco one for $6. I probably overpaid for that, unless I got a deal and that doesn't reflect on the actual price paid. So all the 1916s are going back in the box. They're not. I'm not selling those. It looks like we might have an option here on 1917 though. This one, $2. Yeah, the 1909 Orleans quarter is, by terms of survivability, a tougher coin to find. It took a while for me to find one. All right. These are all $2.50 or $2.25, but that one's $2. So I have four 1917s. And three 1917 San Franciscos. That one's $2. That's a prime example. My coin dealer would give me more than $2 for this one. That's $2.50. Certainly not that one though. Although he'd probably pay more for an extra fine one, if it truly is extra fine. It does have some decent detail, but it is scratched. What I'm looking for is some I bought a while back that might be like $1.50 or so. I mean, like that, that's a definite chance. There's a $1.75 one. Depends how many 1918 San Franciscos I had. Three 1918s. Two for $2 and one for $2.25. By the way, these are running about $3 at my coin dealers today for ones in this kind of shape. All right, I have three 1918S's. That one that's marked 175 would be a prime example where I could go to my coin dealer and get more than I paid for it. These other two probably not. But it's really, these aren't even the ones I'm probably thinking about possibly selling. Let's see. Mint mark on these is pretty small. It's a Denver. When I bought it, it was marked San Francisco, and I changed it to the D because it's, but $1.75, that's a price. that I could get more than that from a coin dealer today or next time I see him. This one looks like it's been polished a little. It's the later dates I'm going to really look at because I have a lot more of them than these earlier dates. Let's put them in that box. And what I'm planning on doing is reordering all these, the whole batch. We'll take the 20s up. Ooh, I see some lower priced ones in this batch. Yes. Bear with me. It's going to take a couple minutes to get these out. All right. That is from 1920 to 29. The other box. All right. Has less from the 20s in it. We'll reorder all these too. No price, 1920. There's a 20 Denver for $225. Probably not going to be selling that one. All right, two different 1920 S's. That one says $2. This one says very fine. It says $8. Well, it's got pretty good details left on it. So that's the 1920 issue. Next coin I have is 1923. And you can see right here, $1.75, $1.60. That's two spare 1923 Philadelphia coins. Could easily sell these and make more money, even selling to a coin dealer. And somebody says, well, why would you sell to a coin dealer? Well, if I want to sell these on eBay, I have to list them and then mail them and do all that kind of stuff, marketing basically. Do you want to do that much work for something you're not going to make any real money on? You have to ask yourself these questions. All right, there's two 1923s. That one's $2.50. That's $1.75. So there's a couple options in this 1923. I could get rid of a couple coins because do I need 3 of them? 1923 Philadelphia, or 4, I mean. I don't know. I don't really see a reason to keep. That's kind of like I'm hoarding coins now. All right, 24 and S and 24, 24D. $2. Could probably sell that one. Make a little money, or at least break even. That's a complete year set that year. Let's go on to the next year. 25. $1.61. 25S, $1.75. It's only two options I have here. It's got pretty solid rims on it. Not real, not a lot of money to make, but a little. 26 for $1.60. $2 for 26, so there's at least one example I could consider. That one also has pretty decent rim left on it. All right, 26 Denver. There's two of them. $1.50 each. One's really dark. One's kind of polished looking. By the way, you can see someone had $8 wrote on this. Coin dealer bought it. I don't know what he paid, but it wasn't much at the time. I think silver was pretty low when he bought that one. Kind of what I'm really looking for is like them 28s. There's at least 3 there. 27's next though. Three 28s, $1.75 one. That's an example. Both for $2.25. This one looks like it has the better rim. That one looks like the rim's almost worn down to the field. It is kind of right there. This one, the rim has a distinct line through most of the way around, so that's a pretty good one. So we take those away. And we look and see that oh wait, there's another 28. $2.50. It says fine. Fine's a good coin, if it is fine. So we take these 28s. There's 4 1928 ones. One's $1.75. The other two are $2.25, and that one is $2.50, but it says it's fine grade. So put that in the box. Come down to 28 San Francisco, of which there's 3 of them. The little S. 225, 250, and 250. Well, what's left? 3 more coins. $1.60. Kind of toned. Not in real bad shape. Probably could make a little money on that. About break even on that one if I wanted to sell it. This claims extra fine. Let's look at it. 1929. A lot of scratches. Of course, you'll have that on these. They got used. All this is circulated coins. We're not talking about uncirculated ones. If you want uncirculated, you go to the 40s. That I might have some of it like that. Hello, the Kansas Kid. By the way, go check out John Jacobs and the Kansas Kid's channels. The Plague Doctor. Turns out someone in California has the plague. Apparently they got bit by a flea or something. It's pretty crazy. Alright. I'll show you guys something I just found. Hello, Patrick. Binary dollar. And this one's pretty crispy. It has a bit of a fold here. You can see it better on the back. It's not a terrible stiff, but that's a nice binary, and I found that in my change. It's not circulated a lot. And I also, a couple weeks before that, found this binary $5 bill, which also has a corner fold right here. It's not so noticeable on the back though. But binary $5 bills on eBay are like $30, $40. And some of the ones I saw for a binary dollar one is a decent price, like $20, $25 range. I don't know what I would sell these for, but definitely going to keep them for now because you don't. First two I found. By the way, if the Kansas Kid, John Jacobs, and Patrick and Alexander both all around still, I got this from my coin dealer who's a jeweler. 1 ounce, 3/9 fine silver Liberty with a hole drilled in it. This is probably from the 70s. A lot of them had this on the back where you could have it engraved for graduations, birthdays, whatever. But he sold me this under melt, so, and it's 19.7 roughly pennyweight, which should be 20. But the hole took a good sized piece of it. We'll show these. My favorite design for the Seated Liberty. This one, the date's about gone. But it's the one with the rays on the back. I have a better one than these two, but this one was $10. Solid date, though. That's why it was a little more than that one. But even if the date isn't very solid, or if it's worn all the way off, you'll know it's this year because this is a 1-year design. So all I can say is, if you like my videos and you like this kind of stuff, little treasure hunts, like and subscribe. I got 2 likes so far, and 27 people are watching. This is a Constitution, and it's made by, well, I don't know who really made it, but it's for the country of Liberia. And 20 grams of silver, which is a little smaller than a normal 1 ounce one. It's a little thinner. And Cook Island made some that are half an ounce, same diameter as a regular one. Almost have my silver dollar tube full. I'm down 19 of them in it. And I'll tell you one thing, this last one here, if you haven't seen it yet, very worn. If I remember correctly, this one weighs 25 something grams. That's how worn it is. I mean, you only get mainly an outline of part of the eagle. It's one of the lighter silver dollars I have. The reading is all worn off. It's a smooth edge. I don't know if there's no reading left on it. But it is a piece of 90% silver and has value for that reason. But most of these are either got a hole in them like this piece dollar, which is 23, worn out like that other one is, or kind of damaged like this one is. This one's worn quite a bit and damaged. The holes vary. This 23, they really put a big hole in it. This piece Morgan dollar, it's a smaller hole. It's a 21, no big deal. They made a lot of 21 ones. 22 and 23 piece dollars as well. Big hole. Much smaller hole in this. It's a 22. A little bit bigger hole on that one, and a weird looking gouge where they started the hole, I believe. Very unsightly toning on that side. Otherwise, not too bad. I think it was 26 bucks when I bought it, which at the time made it right near melt. It's 1884. Someone put HLC stamped into it. Not in the rim's got a lot of dings on it. HLC, not sure what that stands for, but another 21 with a hole. Another 21 with a hole. A lot of Morgan dollars that are 21s with holes. Polished 23 piece dollar hole. 22 piece dollar with a hole. Another 21 with a hole in it. Right where the mint mark would be if there was a mint mark. Fairly worn 22 with a hole. 23 with a hole. Then this one for kind of a hole that's been probably with a hole punch. It's another 21. And then this really worn out Morgan dollar, which the date kind of looks like it goes one. Well, it looks like the top of an 8 and a 7, and then maybe the 9. It's hard to tell whether that's an 8 because it's so worn. Early Morgan dollar. But that's what I have in this tube. All damaged, worn, whole. Because I can get these usually under melt. Matter of fact, the last one I just bought, this 21 one, I bought with a bunch of other stuff. And when I calculated what it was, he told me yeah, well, it depends on who you go to. These probably would have went to the smelter to be melted, but the jeweler guy sells me these because it saves him, it allows him to pull a bunch of cash without sending. I think you got to send about 1,000 ounces worth of silver, or maybe it's $1,000 worth, and it allows him to sell a bunch of this stuff cheaper. Not cheaper necessarily, but to raise cash along the way instead of having to wait. Because the longer you hold this stuff, silver could drop, or it could go up a little. But this one was only about, I think it was 26.6 grams. The hole isn't really that big. I think they used a hole punch to do that. But it didn't take a lot of silver off this. So I got it for roughly 25 bucks, and at the time the melt on this was probably 28. So, and then I bought a bunch of quarters, $2.25 worth, which was 51 grams, and he let me have all that and the quarters for $75 when it should have been about 85 by melt. So I got that batch 10 bucks under melt, which that's a pretty good buy on silver if you ask me. If you can get it under melt at all, it's not a bad buy. Apparently I've seen videos, some of the bigger channels are talking about how nobody really wants the 90% right now. They want, I don't know what they want, but they don't really want 90% silver so much. So it's losing its premium. It might be because the demand has dropped. Because silver's so high, a lot of people are probably not buying so much right now. And maybe they're, I'm just going to hold what I have and not worry about buying right now. But like I said, my regular coin dealer had a 10-ounce bar, and he's asking $375 for it, which is under melt actually. If I had the $375 in cash today in my pocket, I probably would have bought it. But pretty well talked about what I wanted to talk about. This hand poured stamped. This is a nice one. And at the time I bought it, I think it was $105. It'd be more today. Because he sold it to me for really close to melt. Actually, when I bought this one, it wasn't much over melt. Although the price on silvers went up so much, it's gotten to be a lot harder to buy it at any kind of price that's close to melt or whatever. But 140 on eBay now. Well, I think this, when I bought it, I believe I paid 105. So if somebody wanted to buy it and I wanted to sell it and they'd give me 140 for it, I'd be making a little money. Especially if it's a person-to-person type sale and not through eBay, because on eBay you have to pay for a listing fee, and then you're probably mailing it to somebody, so you're going to be paying that too. Yeah. Well, silver has held its above 30 price quite well the last several months, or however long it's been over $30. It's been holding pretty steady over 35 lately too. Kind of hard to believe. If silver would drop, that would be a chance to maybe get them cheap again. There's a lot of weight to this, being that it's 3 ounces and it's not a real big piece. It's deceptive. Like this 5-ounce one. If you haven't never held them before, you see a piece this size, you wouldn't expect it to feel as heavy as it does in your hand. Especially if you're comparing it to, say, modern coins. Got this from the bank. It's 2000 Denver. I was hoping it was a Philadelphia, but it's Denver. What you look for in the Philadelphia is what they call the Wounded Eagle. And it has some kind of lifted spot across the lower chest of the eagle here, where it looks like it's speared. And now I've heard and seen a video where someone said there's a speared buffalo variety of this, where it's some kind of raised portion above and below through the buffalo. Not necessarily on the buffalo's body, I don't think. But if you see one that's got a raised section, it's a mint error apparently, and it's actually worth a little money. I don't know how much, I don't remember, but if you find one, it's worth, keeping. But that's kind of pretty much what I have going on here. Filling silver dollar tubes at melt, if I can get them. Need one more to make 20 for this, but realistically this will hold at least probably 3 more in the tube, unless they're really worn like the slick one is. Yeah, it might hold, well, it probably won't hold 4 more now, or 3, because that's really not, it's not a lot of space left. At least 3, and the 4th one might fit if it's worn enough, but it might be just over the lip, and I don't like it to go over the lip because I want it to screw down all the way to it tight. That's pretty much what I have for today. I hope that everyone has a great day. Go check out the Kansas Kids channel and John Jacobs. I don't know if anybody else has channels that watch today, but thanks to Trent Savage for stopping by, Alexander, and Patrick, Jas, and Javier, and Noodles. Hope everyone has a good night, because it's about time. I've been online for 50 minutes. It's about time to go ahead and say goodnight to everybody. Please check out some of my other videos on my channel. Or if you want, go back and watch some of the stuff you missed on this or a different live stream, which will help my channel get more watch hours, which is what I need. But that's pretty much all I have for everyone. I hope that you can find something at a good price. But be wary, there are fake silver bars. I haven't seen too many of them that are larger. But what they do, if they're fake, on the gold ones, is they have something in the center and they put gold on it. And then I've seen the video where they cracked it open and pulled the gold off of it. So you have to be careful buying the gold ones. In fact, my one coin dealer says he ain't going to buy anything bigger than a 1 ounce gold piece just because of the chance that it's a fake and not be able to detect it for sure. Of course, then again, anyway, at the price of 1 ounce gold or a 5 ounce. If this is a 5 ounce gold piece, at recent gold prices being $3,400. A 5 ounce, you're talking about $15,000 a piece. A lot of people ain't gonna want to buy something that expensive and tie your money into it, especially if they think the price of gold is going to drop or could drop, because you don't know when you buy this. The bigger the piece is, say like you wanted to buy a 100 ounce silver bar, it would probably be maybe close to $4,000. I don't know what it would be online for a 100 ounce one, but you're tying $4,000 into one piece, and silver could drop in the next few days to say $30 an ounce. You got a 100 ounce bar that you paid $4,000 for, and it drops to $30 an ounce. You're talking about $3,000. You lost $1,000. So that's why you got to be worried about this price for silver right now. I have been buying silver junk like this at melt. I haven't bought a whole lot of other stuff much over melt, unless it's a higher grade coin or just older like these are. But right here recently I've been buying mostly foreign coins that were priced around melt, kind of like this thing probably is. $3.50 for this 6 pence. Really love the design, the line in the crown. 1918 6 pence, sterling silver, not very worn. It's pretty much all I have for y'all. I hope that everyone has a great night, because I kind of got to get out of here, and we'll see you next time.